start the fight, breaking down the walls in the dead of night. I don't come for peace, I come for the storm. Fanboys melt quick when the truth gets warm. Saw content's high, I'm collecting those tears. Just got started, but I'm cutting through fears. I'm not here for brand deals, I'm not for sale. I expose your lies, rip off the veil.
Some devs have absolutely lost their minds. I'm serious, folks. Somewhere between the boardroom and the comment section, something in their brain just snapped like a Joy-Con stick. Before we get into it, please hit that like button and the hype button too. It really helps out small channels like mine and lets me keep exposing the circus of corporate nonsense we all call the modern gaming industry. Because today, we're not just talking about a bad take, oh no. We're talking about a legendary case of developer delusion. The kind where you start thinking defending Nintendo's honor on YouTube is a noble act of war instead of a midlife crisis with extra pixels. So apparently this former Capcom dev, Yoshihiko Okamoto, which I probably just mispronounced it terribly, a guy who helped create classics like Mega Man and Street Fighter, woke up one morning, saw Palworld trending, and decided that the sky was falling. The man really looked at a game with cute creatures holding AK-47s and said, "This is an act of war." I'm not joking, those were his words. Not, "I disagree with the art direction," not, "it's a little too similar." Nope, he went full geopolitical on a pocket pair like they just invaded the Mushroom Kingdom. This dude acted like the fate of Nintendo's kingdom depended on whether or not gamers bought a 39 indie title about sheep with assault rifles. I'm sorry, but if that's the level of threat you're feeling from a game called Palworld, maybe the Empire isn't as stable as you think. And the best part, he didn't just stop there. He went on his YouTube channel, because apparently that's what all the old gaming generals do now, and told his 70,000 followers not to buy Palworld because it's morally wrong. Excuse me? Morally wrong? Brother, there are people out here buying day one $100 copies of Pokemon Legends ZA and you're worried about morality? You're working for the same team charging Canadian gamers the price of a car payment for textures that look like a PS2 launch title. That's not morality, that's marketing malpractice. I swear, every time Nintendo puts out a half-baked Pokemon game, there's always one of these industry veterans crawling out of retirement to tell us we're the problem. Oh, the fans just don't appreciate the artistry, bro. There's no artistry in selling me an unfinished Poké-Rock with 4 frames of animation and calling it a regional variant. When your grass textures look like someone spread guacamole on a green napkin, you don't get to lecture me about artistic integrity. And you know what's hilarious? This man actually said that Palworld's existence is destroying Nintendo's future. Like, what kind of fragile company are you running if one early access indie game can destroy your future? Did Pikachu file for bankruptcy? Did Mario get drafted? Are we supposed to believe the entire Pokemon empire is going to crumble because a group of developers made a monster taming game that actually has shadows and functional lighting? Please. The funniest part though is that the dev's entire career is built on games that borrowed from others. Street Fighter didn't invent fighting games, Mega Man didn't invent side-scrolling, Resident Evil didn't invent survival horror, it just popularized it. So for this man to suddenly act like he and Nintendo own the concept of capturing monsters is the biggest plot twist since Mario started charging rent for mushrooms. And get this, he allegedly called Pocket Pair an antisocial force, you know, a term that in Japan basically means criminal organization. So now apparently making a fun monster collecting game is the same thing as running with the Yakuza. Imagine telling people, yeah, I was indicated for designing a cool dragon. Meanwhile, Nintendo's over there releasing DLC expansions that cost more than Palworld's entire game and wondering why the gamers are revolting. It's like these devs forgot what competition even means. The reason Capcom got better back in the day was because of competition. Because Sega, Konami, Namco, all of them were throwing punches. Street Fighter 2 wouldn't have became legendary if games like Mortal Kombat didn't exist. But now that someone's making a better looking Pokemon clone, suddenly competition is evil. Suddenly it's an act of war. Nah man, that's not war. That's called evolution. Something Pokemon used to be good at before Game Freak started evolving creativity into quarterly profits. And let's talk about Pokemon Legends ZA for a minute, because that's really what this whole meltdown is about. The game costs $100 in Canadian, 100, and it still looks like it was developed on a budget smaller than a McDonald's Happy Meal toy line. You boot it up on the Switch 2 and it barely looks better than the Switch 1 version. And yet somehow the developers have the nerve to act like Palworld is the problem. Like bro, Palworld has been working shadows, real-time weather, better AI, and your Pikachu still clips through walls like it's practicing ghost-type moves. I've seen fan projects on Reddit with more life in them than an official $100 Nintendo release. And don't even get me started on the Pokemon designs lately. Remember when new Pokemon used to feel like an event? When you see a Blastoise or Gengar and think, wow, that's creative? Now you get stuff like the Mega Vitribell that looks like a ball sack with cancer. Meanwhile, Palworld's out here giving us dragons, angelic beasts, and sheep with machine guns. You can build bases, explore vast region, ride flying whales, and do it all for less than half the price of one Pokemon game. And somehow that's immoral. I swear this is the first time I've ever seen someone accuse fun of being a crime. What's worse is how the dev tries to frame this like he's protecting Nintendo's honor, like some noble knight of the Mushroom Kingdom. We must defend Nintendo from intimidation. Buddy, Nintendo has been intimidating itself for decades. They have been selling you the same Mario Kart track since the Wii U. You can't yell copycat when your own company's been photocopying the same business model for 10 straight generations. And let's not ignore the real reason behind this little crusade. The dev has history with Nintendo. He's made games for them. He's in that circle, so when he says Palworld is bad for the industry, what he really means is Palworld is bad for my friends' wallets. It's like watching someone defend their ex after getting ghosted for 20 years. No, she is not the problem, you are. Bro, she released Pokemon Legends ZA for $100, I think we're good. The irony is wild too. This man saying Palworld shouldn't exist while Capcom Monster Hunter Stories literally rips entire pages from Pokemon's playbook. Egg hatching, battling, collecting, evolution style system. And no one cared because it's respectful limitation. But when Pocket Pair does it and adds guns, suddenly it's a moral crisis. Please, if you're gonna pick sides, at least be consistent. And I love how Nintendo's fans jump in too, saying Palworld only succeeded because it copied Pokemon. Yeah, and Pokemon only succeeded because it copied monster collecting concepts that existed before it. You can't claim a monopoly on imagination. That's like saying no one can make a racing game because Mario Kart exists. If that was true, Sega would have been in jail for making Sonic All-Star Racing years ago. Oh wait, maybe that's next. Nintendo's gonna sue Sonic for driving too cheerfully. Even though Sega was the one who invented kart racing to begin with. Let's be honest, Nintendo's problem isn't Palworld, it's themselves. They've gotten too comfortable, too insulated. They think they can sell cardboard VR headsets and $50 amiibo and everyone will just smile and clap like a trained seal. But Palworld shows something terrifying to Nintendo. Gamers still care about value. We are tired of paying AAA prices for a AA game. We're tired of DLC expansions that cost more than an actual indie games they're trying to erase from the map. And the funniest thing about the dev's whole rant is that he actually thinks Nintendo needs his help. Like bro, this is Nintendo we're talking about. It's a multi-billion-dollar company. They're not losing sleep over an Unreal Engine indie title. The only thing they're losing is creativity. And they have been shedding that faster than a Charizard loses HP to a water gun. I just imagine the scene, the dev pacing in his office, clutching a plush Pikachu whispering, "Stay strong, little buddy. We'll stop those Palworld devs." Meanwhile, over at Pocket Pair HQ, they're counting sales and loading another sheep with a machine gun like, "Thanks for the free marketing, old man." You'd think someone who made games like Mega Man, who remember what it's like to root for the underdog, to see a small studio punching up and think good for them. But instead, it's all Nintendo's honor, morality, protect the brand. Nah man, you're not protecting creativity, you're protecting complacency. You're telling gamers to sit down, shut up, and buy whatever overpriced product the corporation puts out next. And guess what? We're done doing that. If anything, Palworld existing is the best thing that could have happened to Pokemon. It's a wake-up call, a reality check. Proof that fans don't just want cute creatures. They want effort, innovation, and respect for their money. And if Nintendo's response is to send their retired developers to guilt trip people on YouTube, then maybe they deserve the yell that's coming. Because let's be real, no one's boycotting fun. No one's out here saying, oh no, I better not buy that great affordable content rich game because a millionaire developer told me it's immoral. That's not how this works. The only thing immoral is charging $100 for a game that looks like it was rendered on a toaster and then calling everyone else the problem. So yeah, I'll say it loud and clear. If buying Palworld is wrong, then I don't want to be right, because the real act of war isn't someone making a monster collecting game, it's corporations thinking that they can own creativity itself. And if the dev or Nintendo doesn't like that, maybe it's time they actually evolve instead of lecturing us for playing something new. And that's it for the video. If you truly enjoyed it, do me a favor and hit the like button, hit the hype button, share it around, and make sure you're subscribed. I post a long video every day, and I also go live Monday morning at 5 a.m. Pacific time, where I react to the saltiest fanboys around. And also, make sure you subscribe, because I'm really trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I really need your help. If you really want to support the channel, consider becoming a member. It's only $1 a month. You'll get special badges, custom emotes, and of course your name shouted at the end of every video. And once that list gets too long, don't worry, I will turn it into a full-on credit roll so everybody gets their chance to shine. Also, don't forget to check out the merch if you want to rep the vigilante fire. And as always, until next time guys, stay vigilant. And now it's time to read off the members of the channel. We got Koros Objective, Maximilian Pegasus 88, Matt Fox 94, Dr. Downvote, Oh No It's Justin, Brian Payne, Andy Riss, J Wesby 65. C-Stars Piplup, Maximus 2400, Geezer Noob, Dustin 360, That PlayStation Gamer, Stephen Ramey, Matthew Buckley, Blue Moon, John Marr, Baron Grod, Kawabi Asari, It's Josephus, Gundam Hufflepuff, Johnny Bones Jones, Angel Black, The One and Only Group, Female Goku, Powerman UK, Thomas Hopkins Jr., Alyssa D. Wallace, James Bro, Mario123, Casaria, Shane's World, Renee, Dragon Knight Dragonborn, Torny the Witch Lord, Vicious Jaber, Crippled Gamer, and Blast1314. Thank you so much for becoming part of the crew.
You can cry in the comments, but you won't survive. Like and subscribe if you feel that vibe. We're hard